Welcome back to the Hopium Den. Let's get high. Alright, we're picking up where we left off here. Lose in run 1 to the boss, kind of expected. But let's see about what upgrades we can do. So not that many people even know of Pilgrim's Rest. I remember how I got to know about it. I just happened to come across it in my travels. Same thing for me, except that it was 100 years ago. Nice, we are old as dirt. Has it changed much since then? It has grown. So the people that we caught, we could soulbind here so that we have the option to start with them. I think... So Warden would be a pretty good one to start with because he does have some shielding and tankiness. You know, the Mandrake, we definitely saw the heals and how that helps, but not a ton of damage there, just pretty much full support and then a little bit of weakness. And Orthrus is very good, but was kind of outshined and played a similar role to Minnow. So we'll hold on spending our crystals on any of those. Ooh, we found you. What do you do, Gwen? Scientific novelties in the void. Okay, nothing yet. Alright, Gustavo, the guy that was grumpy to see us. Built the tavern here with their old hands. They were there when Pilgrim's Rest. It is today. They saw the fractured ruins, a place teeming with all sorts of monsters, and turned it into something hospitable, a home. I'm not about to spit on their legacy. Anyway, let's calm down and see if we can make some sort of deal, huh? I don't know why this guy dislikes us so much. So the 10 gold helps, but not a ton. I think getting one extra thing at a discount is probably worthwhile. That's going to pay for itself in the long term. And then we really want to keep capturing monsters, so let's get an extra memento. We'll hold on the gold for now. Were there extra pages? Yeah, there were. Oh, RB. Okay. Alright. Nice. Now, the last person we can buy from before round 2 is Alioth here. So at the point of origin in the mass void phenomenon, that's it. Alright, so between the two cities, at the center of Virgil. I'll head that way. Sorry, I'm kind of speed reading these, because it does help build this story, but also not the most exciting dialogue right now with all these individual people. So if you really want me to slow down and read every single one, drop me a comment and I will. Also, if you want to kind of spend your time doing that on your playthrough, I can kind of keep powering through. Should you fail in your quest, your body will rematerialize at the stone circle next to the village, good as new. We learned that. I just had that happen. Alright, so this is our heal. Not a bad thing. Healing for more is good when we need it. Skill reroll is also pretty important. I think maybe a bigger heal to err on the side of safety would be good. Ooh, that's huge. The monster starts out with 100 worthiness. We're going to take this because I'm going to keep trying to catch everyone I can. I feel like getting that early just helps the worthiness scale faster. Here we go. So because we didn't buy any other options to start with, we're running it back with Minnow, but I kind of planned on that anyway. And now here at the first place, we should have a few random options. Ooh. Kind of thinking Gargoyle might be the move. Not only has Sidekick, has power to scale, and then potentially shield. So I think we're going to go this route and run like a double Sidekick, and he should help shield the team a little bit more. What are we going to nickname him? Ooh, tough choice. Any of you guys remember names from that Gargoyle show back in the day? Let me go to Google here. Gargoyle show characters. Okay, Goliath, Demona. There's a Brooklyn. Broadway, he's a thick boy. I had a toy of one of these as a kid. I'm pretty sure it was Goliath, so we're going to stick with that. There we are. Alright, starting right out here with Lily. Some other monsterkin want to see the Holy City. They wanted somebody along who could mix healing potions, so of course they asked me. I was bored, so I agreed to go. Without payment, of course, I just want to see the Holy City. And so I saw the Holy City as well as Pilgrim's Rest, the perfect place of rest for a weary pilgrim such as I. Once we got this void business under control, can you do me a favor, Syriax? When you're traveling across Terrace Day again, if you meet any monsterkin, please do tell them about Pilgrim's Rest. Nice, we can do that. So reroll an action. Interesting. We could get rid of... Let's view our monsters a second. So these are our actions. Tempering scaled really nice last time. Supersonic Strike is good because it does some damage along with sets us up. And it's pretty cheap, but it's not great. Mineralize is good because that would give power, plus we'd be getting Sidekick. And 3x3 is a nice attack too. Receives or applies, it gets a Sidekick. So the more shield we do, the more Sidekick we do. That's good to know. So I think I like Mineralize better right now. So I'm going to get rid of Hurricane Punch here and see what happens. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I was bugged there. So a different shield and a heal. But they need a debuff. In this, it looks like it's a permanent power because it doesn't say temporary. You see how the deep breath says temporary? So this would be a permanent power if I can interrupt. It's just hard to set up. I think I'm going to stick with the shield Sidekick play and see how this goes. And I like the idea of being able to heal too. Oh, nope, get me back up high. Why is the Void Blitz not working? Because I was hitting over. All right. Tateselworm, you gotta go, my dude. You are scary. Alright, so we're gonna do our shield here. And then that gets a power. And then we are just gonna basic attack. And we're at 8 out of 15 to get Goliath a Sidekick as well. I really kind of think this is just going to be Goliath's turn right now until I get some free actions, because now he's got 2 power along with that. And now we can just start one-shotting stuff. I really like that Minnow self-scales, but I think being able to use Minnow more for damage is definitely the move. The only problem with kind of this combo is I'm not really ever going to be breaking their poise. But that's alright, and I'm only getting the side effect up with Gargoyle every other turn. So I am going to have to be taking some attack turns with Gargoyle just to then trigger Minnow's Sidekick, because Minnow's doing my bigger damage. Alright, we're talking through a little bit of flow with them. Whoever my third monster is, hopefully can break a little poise for me, because I would love to catch more people. Alright, let's take out the Ooze. I really think the Ooze would pair really well with the new starter Minx. And if you're kind of like, well, why is that? Because Mix or Minx, they heal and do poison, and the Ooze does very similar stuff, applying poison at the end of the turn. And so it just feels like that would scale really, really well. Is it worth a big attack, or do I set myself up? I think I'm going to do the Tempering and see kind of what a double support turn looks like. So now I want to shield first and get the Sidekick. Oh, I missed the one shot. Oh, I didn't get the Sidekick because I didn't have the yellow to... Okay. I mean, 19 on an attack is pretty wild. But it's not enough to kill anything, which is a little unfortunate. But we did get the stagger. So now the big question is, do we catch Oozy Boy? We have 2. Yeah, I will. I say that kind of with a negative inflection in my voice, and that's not anything against Ooze. He's very good. I've just done a poison run with Tateselworm and Ooze, and I want to say the third part was Jotun, just shielding every turn, just pure shield, and that team comp went insane. So I'm just trying to keep mixing it up. There's so many options in this game. 28 down here. Wow. Gonna kill here because Taitzelworm's just doing a basic attack, and this guy's doing his Sludge Wave, which is a lot scarier. 28 for that little damage feels like a waste, but that's okay. Alright, I am starting to take a little damage. The corruption will keep scaling on me. So I need to kill this turn. Alright, let's see what we get here. Evades a hit, generate wind if you have 5 or more. Like, this is good, but it's pretty hard to give other people evade. So you are wind. So the Snowy Embrace counts, but right now I'm not doing any wind. So that would potentially give me more Sidekick for free. Man, those are both evade ones. And they're both ally evades. That's tough, that's tough. I'm just gonna take that, I guess. I'm not very impressed with any of those. Okay, Tactical Shields kind of goes crazy. This goes crazy with this team. Wow, these are all really good. Okay, I think Goliath is going to be a really good fit here. I just wish I could take more than one of these. I think I'm going to take this, which I know seems risky that it doesn't do anything right now, but I think this gives me the best chance of scaling damage later. Technically, I'm triggering Sidekick 1 to 2 times per... So this also scales, but the more this scales in terms of defense, this would scale in terms of offense. So I'm going to be a little risky and stay on the offensive side there. Alright. Converts the element of the first hit of each attack into wild. We get more fire. Sure, I'll put it here. I doubt we keep that one for long, but that's all good. Alright, what's this do? Equivalent exchange. Give gold and receive Aether, give Aether and receive gold. Not now. We're not going to buff this run. We're not going to take away from this run. Let's just see how we do. So random, the knight, or loot. Yeah, let's go get an epic loot. That sounds great off the start. Alright. So I'm kind of thinking we stick with someone else who's potentially like a tank and shielding. The Purge and Weakness is pretty good. Poison Tank Affliction. And he's wind as well. And he starts with a shield. I mean, you are my best healer, but I'm gonna try Groot. I was curious if it would let me rename people, but I guess not. Alright, we are very wind heavy, but sometimes that works out, because then on basic attacks with one, you can set up the other two for something that same turn. Alright. That's our rare loot. Just a blank memento. No, I wanted like a rare weapon. I wanted something that was going to carry this run. But we were too greedy. Imagine that. No one's ever called me greedy before. Alright, let's... Who do we want to try and capture? I'll try and capture the fire chicken. Alright, we stick with our mineralize here. We're now making more shield each turn. Which does get him above 7. So if we purge up top, we break that. That's not bad. If I do that, then I can't do that. So maybe I set up here and then purge. Yeah, I'm good with this. Completely staggering one this turn. And that gets him within one shot. I'm not too scared about the weak attacks. We're going to keep capturing everyone we can. Tank, burn, dodge. So maybe with Fire Chicken I could do some kind of dodge build with Minnow's ally evasiveness. Alright, this should then trigger the Sidekick. Which lets me... Man, both of these guys are doing big attacks. Okay, let's do this. That'll get Sidekick back up on Minnow. Alright, we have one more Sidekick there, but we lost our power. Man, that Fire Chicken. Flurry. Flurry's a scary thing. The fact these guys are poisoning and wounding, I hate. The corruption has begun. Alright. This would get me another Sidekick. This is better because I get the heal and the shield with the debuffs. Okay, so that's a good turn. We now have Sidekick on everyone, so I want to attack. Why am I doing such little damage? Because of the weakness? Shoot. Alright, let's hit him with a bunch of attacks. The stagger helps. That's one of my favorite parts of the Warden, isn't actually his damage, but the fact that this hits 4 times really helps staggering stuff. Alright, we don't take any damage because of the stagger. We almost have him dead. I will do this again. And then we get an attack with Minnow. Goliath? I like Goliath with the shield. That feels pretty good. Alright, give me a good item. Nope. Someday. Someday we'll get lucky. I didn't want to jump down. I saw something purple flash down here. I just took a bad angle. Are we already done with this? I was going to say, I didn't think so. We got to curl this way. There you guys are. Alright, we'll take out one of the wolves off the start. They get Sidekick and power, so we don't really want to let them go crazy. We don't have any debuffs for the heal, but that's a 2x4 versus this is just a 4. This is kind of just better, because getting me above 8 should start to trigger the offensive part of what I took, and then we'll just start basic attacking. Yeah, I mean, staggering them one at a time is less damage. I will always take less damage. Hard to give up that much damage, but the outright kill feels pretty good. And then here, we get another outright kill. The wolf's good, but not too scary on his own. I like how much this game keeps you on your toes, right? Like, last fight was all about getting debuffed by the enemies. I was getting poisoned and burned, and there was potential they could, like, dodge and heal. So, like, things could get out of hand pretty quick. And then this one is, they're just based on power and pure damage. So it really keeps you on your toes. Like, you do need a pretty balanced comp to counter these situations. Alright, Warden, what do we get? So Maverick skills are yellow skills, and we get that because of our party. They're unique to what else we have. Okay, lots of good choices. So I like this, because then anything that hits me, I'm not only purging, but I am retaliating. That would happen anytime I'm 50% or more health. I mean, a 6 damage hit is pretty solid on interrupt. This is also really good because every time I'm attacking, I'm doing weakness, and I'm attacking a lot with Groot. I'm going to take the retaliate build just for a little bit more defense here, and let's see how this pans out. Crit and evasion. I'll give that here. Granted, I could give it to Minnow and try and build something, but at the end of the day, it's only a common item, so I'm not really going to build around it. Oops, ran into him without even jumping. Too slow. I think I still have 1 memento this round, and I'd kind of like to save that. Alright, I'm going to steal an Aether up here. An Aether, that way he can't do what he wants to do. Let's get Big Shield this turn. We can't stagger anything. But then that's going to allow me to get Sidekick up for next turn, and everyone's in better shape. Alright. Man, we can't quite kill there. But we probably can if I get that temporary power to everyone. And it takes the 19 and the 15. Ooh, alright, that's alright. Let's kill here, and then we go from there. And I lost Sidekick on everyone else. Tateselworm, you're a scary dude. Alright, we now have some... Oh, the debuff's already triggered. That's alright. We go back to our bigger shield. Alright, now we're debuffed. Okay. It keeps the sidekicks coming, and then we do huge damage here. We get another sidekick. Big sidekick. Alright, not a bad comp. We need a little bit better abilities, I feel like, to get a little bit smoother, a little bit more consistency, I guess. Wow. I'm going to take this as a setup. It's expensive, but the corruption's kind of huge. Alright, so the diamond chart, like, this is nice, but I kind of think the lightning shield does everything we want to do. Shields ourselves, pretty much guaranteed. Ooh, what are you? Soul Lantern. Yeah, let's take a soul. Let's see who we get. Alright, that should be it. That should be it here. So now, Envoy, Spring, Merchant. We don't have a ton of gold. Let's go Envoy, see what we get. I mean, there's a world now that I'm giving other people dodge, that the dodge build is... Cockatrice is better, applies 1 temporary... I think the issue is... that my team... Like, he is so good in terms of purging stuff. He's really helping me take less damage. Versus if I go the fire chicken, I'm solely relying on dodge. Which I guess I have the shield from Goliath, but even then, like, the full shield and full dodge doesn't really support each other. I kind of need to focus on one. So I think I like where the team's at right now. If Goliath keeps doing more and more and more shield and just starts outscaling Groot, then maybe there's an argument. Ooh, I'd love to capture him. The Wormling. Then maybe there's an argument that I actually get rid of Groot if he's not doing enough. Because he's not doing much from the damage standpoint, but the burn piece is really helping out my team. Not the burn, the purge. Oh, we're close on this. What do I need? A fire? Alright, that should get a sidekick up. All of them took damage. Then I will interrupt here. Holy cow. Fire chickens, man. No joke. No joke. This is our last one, but we'll catch the Wormling. I like the way he looks. Heal Aether Power. So I almost think this is worth it as a team. Because it gets the sidekick up, we get a dodge on everyone, but also I start healing off the corruption, which is one of my bigger issues. So I'm missing... I am missing a green, which I just got, to now do the lightning shield again. Nice. Okay, this is starting to work. Alright, we're debuffed. I have 3 of these. Let me just do a heal here. I don't want anything goofy to happen. Man, I wish I could do that, which means I might need to basic attack. Nah, if I can just kill you, that's better than a basic. And then we stagger there with the double side effects. Okay. Yep, let's get the power. And we will set up... Nah, we'll just take the basic here. And then element-wise, he's dead next turn. Alright, Goliath's damage kind of went crazy. I gotta keep getting more shield on him. The more shield, the more that attack does. So I might actually use my action reroll if I don't get something shield-related on Goliath. I was going to say, we literally just came here and we already found the exit. I do like that the worlds are pretty small. It's quite rare. Something must have pulled it here by force. An element to one of your monsters. It will enhance the monster's basic attack to deal damage of the element and generate additional Aether of that element. Ooh, so fire and earth definitely helps. Sorry, fire and wind. You guys are both earth and wind. So you're my only one making fire. Which is why I had to use a basic attack here to help him with the lightning. I did not mean to click. I meant Minnow. I was thinking Minnow would be first in the order. Alright, let's take an extra fire. That should help. That was a really big find this run. Nice, nice, nice. Crystals, what do we get? Dang. Alright, I'm going to clear this side a sec. Alright, Alioth. In these areas, places that only our monsters can sense. To other beings like us, they portray themselves as inaccessible terrain hidden behind a barrier that mimics the surrounding landscape. I tried lifting the illusion in vain. Our monsters somehow seem to be the key to revealing what's sealed behind, though I have yet to discern it. I can only advise you to stay mindful of your surroundings as well. Yeah, I'll take an artifact. We do not have good items. I mean, the heal corruption seems big if I get in a bad spot like I was last run. So this must be a hidden area. But I do not know how to interact with that. Crude altar by the monsterkin many centuries ago as a place of worship. No, we're not releasing souls yet. We're not releasing souls yet. We want more monster choices, not less. Alright, I gotta take out one of these guys. I can't let two do the heavy rush. It's just gonna one-shot someone. Ooh, no fire off the start. Okay. Not ideal. That gets me close, but doesn't get me the sidekick. Alright, let me look at the chickens. I gotta know what the heavy rush icon is. Or explosive rush. So blue and red. Alright, no one's doing that this turn. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna basic attack here to set someone else up. This is probably worth it because it gives me sidekick just about the rest of battle. And then I can shield. Alright, the dodge has already paid off there. That was pretty solid. So I only have one fire. And I would like to, I think, do the lightning shield. I already have the sidekick, so I'll do a basic attack and break, and then the lightning shield plus sidekick should get close to killing. Okay, that's fine. Neither of these kill, but they get close. I'm definitely going to do here. If we can break this, that's big. Interrupt. Alright, we're looking pretty good. They do have some debuffs, so this is pretty good this turn then. Does this kill outright? Yes, and then the double sidekick go up top. Is there something better I could do? Need an extra wind, and I'm not going to get it. That's alright. I'm enjoying this party comp. We're close. We're close to cooking with gas. It's all going to come down to the abilities, but these three have a lot of synergy. It's interesting, because depending on what I get off the start, if I don't get enough fire, like setting up Minnow with Sidekick for the rest of the fight worked pretty well. So weakness and heal is not bad. Retaliate triggers a bigger attack against the enemy, and it's free. But this is stealing, which is kind of nice. I'll take the free action here, especially because these are elements I do not need. I'd like to reroll because I don't feel like any of these are great, but I'm saving the reroll for Goliath because I need more shield as a team. I mean, I guess this is pretty darn good. It's a 3x3, but it steals 2. It doesn't just purge it, it steals it, which is very helpful for me if they're fire. I have a way to heal with Goliath, but only if I'm debuffed. So this is also good. And weakening their attack into my shield is pretty solid. But I have this. So if I'm already retaliating all the time, I might as well do damage as well. Alright, we're going to try and be a little tanky down there. I don't have a way to redirect the attacks down there is my only issue, but we'll figure it out. And did we hit everything else here? Yep. Loot, Merchant, Witch. So this might be the last area. I guess the loot's only rare, not epic, so I'll hold off on that. Let's go to the Merchant and just see what we can buy. Nice. Slowly gaining. Alright, what you got for me, Merchant? Deal 1 less damage against allies. I mean, an extra hit kind of goes crazy. Okay. So I'm definitely going to take the Lance and put it on Goliath. Because the more shield he has, the more damage I do. And then I think in terms of an extra hit, this is also worth it. Minnow just doing extra hits feels good. I attack a lot with Groot, because I am using Minnow a little bit more supporty. One less damage against allies. I guess, man, I don't know who to put that on. Crit chance and evasion generates 1 additional water. And he's my only guy making water, and I just took something with water, so... Alright, we'll buy that and an XP. That was pretty solid. We needed some better items. And you're it here. Alright, Warden, here we go. Actually, let me hit this, I'll forget. So we don't have any debuffs. I do the basic attack here. That will set me up for the Lava Shield turn 1. Which sets me up for a cleaner Purge. And because I'm using Wind, I'm going to start to get the double Sidekick. Ooh, I did forget about the weakness. That's going to make this a little spicy to try and outscale. He's doing a bigger attack this turn. So I was thinking of setting this up, but I spent it. That's going to burn me. I still got a little shield. Yeah, I think the sidekick in force is worth it. I'm trying to set up his big one to get 3 sidekicks. I'm going to need that damage-wise. Okay, okay, okay. We've got to hit this turn, I think. Either that or I go all-out offense. So this would be a shield and heal. This would be heal and damage, and I'm taking less. So this is the move. We need to heal Groot. You're only doing 1 attack, so it'd be a pretty solid setup turn. Let's take the free action. I kind of wish I would have taken the Steel 2. Steel 2 a turn would feel pretty good. But that takes all for that next turn. I'll just keep purging 1 at a time. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the retaliate... Oh, no, it did only last 1 round. I was going to say, good, it stayed. Nope. Man, alright, I gotta get Sidekick on Minna. This is way too late to be doing that, but it is what it is. So I need another wind, which means I think I basic attack here to then get up my best shield. Minno's now going crazy, and now we're cycling the Sidekick. Okay, nice dodge, nice dodge. Kind of worth doing it again for the sake of the dodge, but I still have dodge on 2 people. So at this point, let's get a heal in shield. And then I would like to double attack. By free action. Yep, he's got the retaliate with the volcanic. Come on, I should retaliate. Ooh. Ooh, so sidekick triggers on retaliate. Good to know. She's still retaliating. Alright, we made it. We made it. Come on, we need some abilities here. I should have went with the fire chicken in the dodge build. Yep, joint protection, more shield. Wow, sidekick generator goes crazy. Also, permafrost just feels good. I think I need more, more permanent shield, so if I'm not losing it, I'm safer. Alright, we made it to the rest zone. It's been a little sketchy, but we're doing alright. Yeah, we're back, Merchant, we're back. Heck yeah, he's following me around. He was just in the last area, too. Who's technically doing support actions? You? I'm doing Lightning Shield a lot there. Thorns is not great. That's not great. I mean, the only argument would be the Meteorite over the Common Banner. Which is probably worth it for now. That staff did a lot of damage. This lance is huge. And then let's take this. Alright, we're gonna cleanse our corruption and move on. Epic Loot, Envoy, Random. Ooh, tough choice. I mean, we have pretty good items now. I could try and go for something great. We'll go random. Let's see what happens. Made it back to the fortress. Nice. We got Sir Tiberian. I hope it's nothing paints us too villainous, certainly the idea. However, our history looks a bit different. Don't worry about ancient history. Besides, as fellow Void Dwellers, we can help each other out. Groot, right? Groot's Meteorite's probably our least important. Like, this is damage and debuff mitigation. The Lance helps in terms of damage and wild, so when I am attacking with Goliath, I'm getting closer to staggering, so it's got to be this. Here we go. Whenever a buff, 25 to apply another stack, cannot trigger with itself. Ooh, so that sidekick damage is on allies. Wow, that's phenomenal. I think it's the talisman. The bonus sidekick damage goes wild. Also, like, the water, the weakness. He can potentially scale buffs. Alright, that was huge. Ooh, forbidden area? What do we got there? That's interesting. Alright, got a little void parry action. I think we're out of mementos right now to capture people. No, we still got one this run. Good. Alright, we need a win to do our big shenanigans. We're going to take out Goliath. He's the scary one. I mean, this early feels pretty good, too. Maybe this turn and a little shield, and the next turn we get bigger damage. Like, I need to get the sidekick on... maybe less shield, but... I really need to get the sidekick on Minnow early. That always has to be my priority, I think. It's just because, like, once I start hitting the sidekick scales... The cooks are kind of interesting. They're kind of like the sludges, the oozes, but doing burn instead of poison. Alright, I took a lot of damage. I didn't really plan on healing this fight, but I also don't really want to lose someone off the rip. I do wish there was a way to see who they were attacking in terms of, like, the retaliate play. Is there any way to do that? Because it's pretty hard to decide to use this if I don't actually know who's hitting me. Alright, well, we get the stagger here. Minnow shield's going crazy. We're up to 15 there. And then I think we start to... I think we start to chip away at this guy. Probably should have just killed their gargoyle with all the healing they have, but that's alright. They didn't get through the shield. We're going to get to still keep some. This comp is now cooking. Alright, we've got sidekicks on both. Do we care about capturing the cook? I don't think so. I think I'd like to save that for someone a bit more spicy. Sure, a kill's a kill. I know he's staggered, but nice. The extra attack then gets the attack there. That's what we needed. Oh, and keeping even half the shield helps. It makes a big difference in these fights. Alright, I don't have any debuffs to heal off. We just go for big damage. I really like Goliath as a support damage. He's a... I've never run him before, but I'm really enjoying him. Oh, interesting. I could give myself Sidekick too. Yeah, let's do this, because then the retaliate guaranteed goes off. I like that, I like that. I think the Grimoire is interesting, but you would have to do a whole run just based on setting them up. I don't know that I want to full commit to that. So because of their shenanigans, I have nothing to do. Since I have redirect, I'm going to get my retaliate off this turn. Oh, basic attack here, and then see if I can at least start to get some... I was going to say get something with Sidekick going on Minnow, but it just didn't work out, so... Yeah, let's take away the ability for you to generate everything. That sounds scary. Yeah, the Retaliate blade doesn't work as well when I can't get a bunch of shield up, but at least we staggered on the Retaliate. Alright, Warden. Alright, look at you go crazy. If we do this, I take all this, and I need this shield. On the flip side, it doesn't heal, but it gives me more shield. Man, this pretty much just killing Grimoire feels pretty solid. So let me do one of these to get a Sidekick up. Because now we guaranteed kill Grimoire. And then we've got a Sidekick down low now. Not our best setup. Kind of an interesting start, but we got a stagger. We're doing okay. These guys are just going to make all the Aether they can. Do we want to catch one of them? I don't think so. Alright, that's only 4 shield versus this is 5 and damage and a kill. So we're going to do our free action down here. And then I'm going to basic attack. And then that sets up this, which burns everything. let me do this instead. The dodge will help. It's not enough to kill, but we're only fighting one. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The problem with the heal debuff is it doesn't help me if I don't have any debuffs. Alright, we should just kill with the double sidekick. So the Retaliate play is definitely better off the start now that I have the redirect towards Groot, but it still doesn't feel like my best play necessarily. So does this grant Retaliate? I think it's I Retaliate. Which is good, but I want ways to keep giving like Sidekick to myself. I don't know, these are good, but not great. 4 times 3. I mean, that's a lot of interrupt, which gives me more sidekick, but it's very expensive. I'd rather spend that on the lava surge and give me shield. We're gonna risk it. Wow. I mean, this goes insane. But I also just think having sidekick guaranteed, like sometimes I have struggled a little bit with that. But stealing 2 feels pretty good. I'm going to do this. I have other ways to keep sidekick up. And there have been a few points where Aether's been my biggest issue. I don't think I can take that. Ooh, who are you? Hector. It's been about time somebody came to rescue me. Wait, are you an Aethermancer? Yes, my name's Sidekick. I've been meaning to contact one of your kind. You seem quite adept to handling the void. I'm not for hire, sorry. How did you end up here anyway? I was on my evening stroll in the village outskirts, sufficient to say I took a wrong turn. Once I realized I was inside the void, it was already too late. You see, I'm Hector von Seaton, and known throughout the area for funding expeditions. This boy better pay me. Such as the Void expedition that I've been meaning to get underway, I never actually intended to see the inside of the Void myself. I didn't imagine things would be quite so dire, truth be told. I'll be heading back towards Pilgrim's Rest. I take it the path behind you is safe. Alright, a little corruption cleanse. Not bad, not bad. And let's go fight these guys, and then we should be done with this area. I'm gonna take out one of the vampires. The fear scales pretty quick. Alright, shield's going crazy off the start. We're up to 11. We get our retaliate up here. I'm actually thinking I basic attack here to set up this. Better I just get more shield because I carry it over. Right, we're going to try out this combo. Let's see how it goes. And we had a free action there. We could steal another, but I think just a basic attack feels good. So I should have just basic attacked with Groot and then still got a shield up with Gargoyle. That was the better play. I forgot that was a free action, which is my fault, but that's alright. Because I really need Gargoyle to be able to shield off the start. But the Stolen Ether, like, that helped. We're looking pretty solid. And we did damage to literally everything on the board. Yeah, let's catch one of these boys. They're kind of interesting. Nah. We save one. We're getting past the boss. We're gonna get someone I've never seen before. All right, so I need something to give me Sidekick here, so then I can go crazy down low. And this is greedy, but I'm only one element off. So if I do a basic attack here, that gives me enough to do an attack here, which helps me keep scaling my shield. Alright, yep, the dodge. That was a good dodge turn. Alright, now we have debuff, so now I can actually do the shield and heal, which is my biggest shield. And then I need to pull an attack off there. So I think I'm just going to guaranteed kill here. And then I think I basic attack here. And my shield is outscaling them. Well, maybe not with that much burn. Let's go. And we end pretty healthy. Okay. Ooh, Gargoyle's worthiness is getting close. Alright, let's see what we get here. Wow. Wow. The force to everyone is insane to start hitting crits. And this shield is directed, so I could specifically shield Groot turn 1. Dust Strike's also really good. And Snowy Charm's less impactful, but good. I think I take the Force. I could swing a whole fight with this much Force. It's a common. I got better than commons here. Alright, Cook, Corruption, or Envoy. I have not gone to the Cook yet, so let's go chat with the Cook. My brain might just be tired. I think I went to the Cook last one. Alright, Mephisto, you gotta go. Can I set up the Diamond Shield? That's the goal. So if I do this, and then make this, that generates me 1. So I can't do that. I can't do the Retaliate and it. But if I basic here... Oh, I was trying to figure out how to sneak one more out of there, but I cannot. Alright. So I'm going to basic here. I don't really want to ever let the Grimoire set up. Everyone gets Force, which then means my attacks start to go insane. I mean, the fact I can stagger off the start just feels too good not to. How close is the Grimoire? Probably too close is the answer. Alright, we've still got 2 redirect down there, so this is a good retaliate turn, and then I can still do this. Then what do I have to get a sidekick up here? 2, because that doesn't take a green. Okay. Alright, so let's do this first and get a sidekick up. Then we do the lightning shield. The lightning shield plus the force just went insane. I don't know if you saw that damage, but I was doing 30s. Alright, we take our free action here. And then I'm going to start killing a bunch of stuff with these sidekicks. Oh, yes. We got through him. We get through him. So we take 10. How much do we do back on the retaliate? 19. And then we do... Oh, I love it. I love this comp right now. The only hard thing is the first turn. Let's make sure we don't get corrupted. This is interesting. That power is amazing. All right, what do we get? Shielding +1. I can't really pull off Soul and Gemstone with both. I guess I'll take the extra way to heal, but I don't think any of those are particularly good. That's why skill rerolls are important. Nah, I don't want to spend souls. I will have to do a little research, like what does it actually mean by spending souls? I thought as I was capturing monsters it was spending those souls, but it doesn't seem to be that, because sometimes we find souls, but I need the souls to like unlock monsters here. Is there a way to see how many souls I have? That's the part that makes me nervous, is I have no idea. So I don't want to spend a bunch. Hello, Cook. We found you. Much scarier than outside? Oh, we do know, Mern. We know our homegirl. Ooh, who do we need? We can get something else on Goliath for more shield. I will take it. So rather than 1x4, it does 2x2. These are all good, but not great. Exploit does kind of work, considering my first attack is wild, so I have a pretty good chance of interrupting here. But this also goes kind of crazy. You know, it's the same damage. It's still 4 damage, but doing 2 hits rather than 1 gives me a better chance of breaking or critting. The only thing is right now with the force being a guaranteed crit, I kind of like doing less attacks and more damage. So this kind of has negative synergy with the force I just got. Pretty much I'm only doing support actions here. So every other turn I'd get a power, which helps with Sidekick. But this gives me a better chance to keep... I'll take this. It's not perfect, but it's fine. Double Grimoire is scary. Let's try and take one out off the start. I've never let one set up to me to this point, and I really don't want to. Would love to get this up this turn. So I need a green, a water. I don't have any way to generate the water. Yeah, you're the only person who can generate water for yourself. Don't love this first turn. Does not feel very impactful. Let's, I guess, break this so that the other Grimoire isn't going crazy. So at least with the Retaliate, since I'm above 50% health, I should be purging every time. Okay, we need to get something out. It has to be a basic attack from you. And we use you to start setting up. Setting up turn 2 feels terrible. And I keep getting more shield out. Oh, I don't love this. This is going to be a big damage turn. Yikes. And both of those Grimoires almost have what they need. Cleanse 5 debuffs. No, we just need the straight heal on Warden. Alright, I really need to pull this off, which means I need to basic attack up top. Nice, the club did proc, that makes it a kill. I needed that kill. And then this helps. And then we can kill here before he gets off his special. Alright, that got sketchy for a second. I did not have the elements I need to really do either of my setups that first turn. And because of that, it got spicy. Let's get the heal going so I get less corrupted. And then we can kill with my other 2 attacks. Or 1, because I'm pretty much always getting an extra hit out of Minnow with the item. Come on, Groot. And it's got to be this, right? Because I'm trying to set up having Sidekick the whole time with Minnow, so... I kind of wish that was on Groot or someone else. Alright, let's see how this fight goes. This should be an easier fight. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. Alright. So I have the water. I need to prioritize my Retaliate there. I really want to get Sidekick up. But the only way to do that is this. Versus if I do this, I can get... I can't get mineralized. Okay, then I prioritize the Sidekick, because that'll still help Groot with Retaliate damage. And then I use you for a basic on you. I don't know, breaking him from setting up feels pretty good. Is this just a Retaliate war right now? Yeah, the only issue is I didn't get up much shield, but that's alright. Alright, not our best turn, not our worst turn. Don't really want to use my last monster flask. You need a fire. Alright, let's do this. And then that should allow me... Do I want to capture the vampire? We already had that discussion. I don't think so. I think I need the more shield. I know I didn't get the heal on the snowy because there's no debuff out, but I need more shield. Alright, we can finally do this, so now I can start doing crazy damage. So I'm getting pretty greedy, but if I had a weapon that gave me a little bit better ether generation, that would help. You got to go. You're doing way too many attacks. Was that a 60? Bro, stop attacking him. Leave him be. Alright, the debuffs are out now. That's okay. We can finally heal. We cannot. We don't have water. And if I basic attack, then the burn triggers. I'll do it. I think I'll heal more than the 8. But we'll see in just a second here. Close, but not enough. Alright, that's fine. We've got lots of shield now. Give me a water. Okay, we get another heal off. This team scales really well, but it's sketchy for a hot second. It's sketchy. I really need something to help it scale a little faster, but I know that's getting pretty greedy. Alright, we just got a monster soul. I guess I'll release one. Alright, bunch of gold. I don't know that those are worth it. I've got a bunch of gold and a blank memento. So another epic, merchant, witch. Alright, so I think witch lets me re-roll a trait that I don't like. I have a few I could definitely re-roll to see if I could get stronger. Merchant, I could buy a bunch of XP just to see if I could like actually get better. And then loot would be if I get something game breaking. But I have really good items right now. That's pretty greedy. Alright, let's see here. I mean, I'm probably never using stolen. All 4 of yours are good. I'm never using healing dust. So there's an argument to that. This just gets me XP one at a time randomly, so I'm probably never getting enough. There would be a rare item up there, but there's no guarantee it's better. We'll try the witch. I'm pretty sure witch lets me reroll something. Action. I think it's got to be Groot. If I could get something useful in terms of like a self-shield or a free action, that might be better than that last. Let's try it. Okay, so Diamond Charm's kind of crazy, because if I give the shield to Goliath, then Goliath's Lava Wave does more. So it at least has better synergy. Here we go. Boss time. Let's see if it's enough. Alright, what do we start with? Alright, Earth's a little annoying. Because right off the bat, I'd like to do Thorns. but that would be giving him an earth. Mineralize would be giving him an earth. So I guess I basic. Get a little damage going. And then don't want to use earth. I can't quite get to that. So let's just get some big shield up because it will start to carry over. Alright, we still have one redirect down low. We're hurting a little bit. Lava wave, that's a little sketchy. We could break that. Oh, I wasn't paying enough attention to see what element did this turn. We're off of fire, so I could do this, would only leave me one. I could basic up top, and then I could do this. Oh, no, 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 I clicked the wrong guy. I'm an idiot. Oh, that might matter. I mean, it's fine. It just would have done more the other way. So the only thing is, if I do this turn, versus if I purge this turn, I'm safe here. So I think it's got to be the purge play. I can still break here, because now the sidekick should stagger one? Nope. Okay. I still think the big play was worth it in terms of getting that much force out. I'm going to be a little conservative here and pop my last potion early. And it did say wind. I paid attention that time. I mean, I don't care too much, but, you know, less is always less. So if I... what could I do here? Stolen gemstone, solid. That leaves me 1 and 3, which is enough. So I can do that and stolen gemstone in the same turn, but I could not lightning as well. That'd be too much. I think it's probably worth doing a big damage turn here, especially when the force is out. Can I get sidekick up top first? I could with this. And 39 is nice. I get some shield. I get an extra 16 there. And then we can now break here. That was a really good turn. Oh, I'm glad I healed. He's not doing any debuff, so I can't naturally heal. Okay, fire this turn. Sure, I didn't know we could capture him. That's cool. Oh no, because I did that I can't heal? Uh-oh, uh-oh. I might have just greeted too much. So that would take a fire and an earth. Don't have it there. I think no matter what I steal, he gets this off. He has too much wild. I was too aggressive last turn. Ooh, this might be this might be my downfall. I mean, this is my biggest shield. And I need someone to live through this turn. We now have a sidekick. We can kill here now because of the double sidekick. Oh, we got a little lucky there. That was sketchy. Nice. Beat the boss. We're almost at 3 worthiness with Minnow. Hey, triple level up. Yeah, I like the max health. So I give him force and then attack him. I'm just going to take health. I never noticed that before. Interesting. I think of... Well, this is the same as my other heal, but my other heal only works. So I am going to take this. Oh. I got to replace something. Probably mineralize, because then I have 2 ways to heal and 2 bigger turns. But do I think I'm going to get something better? Probably eventually. I'll just take the health. Let's go. Alright, to our rest point. Yeah, I don't think I'm changing anything up. I'm going to keep running the same comp. Maybe it falls off, but we're sticking with it. Ooh. So actually, this is a better staff because I'm doing so many force crits, it scales better. That's kind of a crazy rod. So I'm going to take this because it does more damage with Minnow, and I don't mind the debuffs for Goliath's healing, which I know seems goofy, but that's where we're at. Reactivating a monster could absolutely win me a fight. Let's take some bonus XP. Stop putting it on Minnow, please. Alright. Cool. Well, we beat the first boss, the star guy. Let's take a look at him here a second. Man, I mean, that's really good generation. 2x10 against all, but it costs 5. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, but Aether +1, Power Age. Really cool. Well, this is a great run so far. We've caught some really good monsters, and we are past the first boss. I will keep this run going and post it, but I'm going to call it there. We are almost 2 hours in. So, part 2 coming. See you soon.